Okay, we're doing the critiques for the speech, introduction speech, and this is for class 80N. I had to start my stopwatch over here so I know how long I'm going. Let's start with some basics. Here we go again. This is the only shot I want to see in your entire speech, shoulder to shoulder, head to roughly mid-chest, and no more. And no less than that. I want to see it straight in. I don't want to see a profile shot. I don't want to see it coming on an angle. Straight in. This is the only shot I want to see. There's got to be light on the face. Make sure I can see your eyes. Talk to the camera only. Don't talk to your audience over there or over here. Talk straight to the camera, to me. Watch bright lights over your shoulder or lights coming down that will cause a shadow on your eyes, that you look like kind of a raccoon and I can't see your eyes. Sometimes I can't even tell if your eyes are open while you're speaking. Please look at your videos before you post them. Once you start your camera, do not turn it off for any reason. Once you finish, do not edit your video in any way, shape, or form. It must be start to finish the way you would do it in a class. When you stand up in class and start to speak, if you make a mistake, you cover the mistake. You say, okay, what I meant to say was. You don't turn off the camera and start all over again. That'll only add to your frustration in this class. Okay, please read the directions on all the speeches. Every speech requires a speaking outline and a preparation outline. Sometimes I call the speaking outline speaker notes. It tells you what you need to do, and you're not doing it. Those need to be sent to me separately as emails. Please make sure your name is on every page of that particular whatever it is, and that you have labeled it clearly, whether it's a speaking outline or a preparation outline. The speech is to be 3 to 4 minutes long. This one was. I'll give you slop time of 15 seconds either side, so that means it could be anywhere from 2:45 to 4 minutes and 15 seconds. You must hit that time. Now keep in mind the reason for the slop time is because when you actually do the speech, you'll speed up a little bit or slow down a little bit. But you need to rehearse your speech before you actually do it. All right? And it talks about the number of points for the speech. It talks about the things that you need to be aware of. Make sure you pay attention to that. Let me real quick note that a fair number of you have yet to send either a fantasy name. Most of you have not sent a photo ID. If I do not get a photo ID, you will not pass this class. I will not accept any further speeches until I get a photo ID. It tells you what that's supposed to be. You need to send it to me. I've got to be able to see you in the ID. A driver's license is the easiest one to do. Send me a copy of your driver's license. If you feel there's any sensitive data on there, as long as I can see your picture and your name is on it, that's all I need to see. But send me that immediately. A number of you have not done that. A number of you haven't sent me a fantasy name, and so, we're hurting in that respect. Okay, first up is Skittles. There was only 3 seconds of video on what you did, so I have nothing to judge. Next up is someone that's no longer in the class. Next up is Lion. Lion, you don't know who you are because I gave you that fantasy name, so we'll deal with it. Your your speech was short. You showed the wrong audience shot. I only saw 5 people. You have the wrong shot composition. This is the shot. This is the only shot. That's the only shot I want to see for the entire length of your speech. You're shooting up. I've talked to people about that. I can't see your eyes. You're in a noisy room. You have a lot of camera sounds. Stand still. Use speaker notes when you talk. Try to tell a story that is connected, not just a collection of facts. You've got to have a flow from one thought to another. That's what we're talking about. There's kind of a trap in this one, introduction, because you say, I grew up, I did. That needs flow. You need to tell a story there. Okay. Make sure you're not just giving me a collection of facts, in other words. It needs to flow seamlessly from one thought to the next. Watch elongated words You do things like, and then I did this, and then I did that. Don't elongate your words. It's very, very distracting. I have no outline or speaker notes. I have no photo ID, and I have no fantasy name. Next up is Hollywood. Hollywood, no video. Next up is Gabby. Gabby, no video. I did get outline from you, but no video. Next up is Harley. Harley, you are extremely short in your presentation. 1 minute and 35 seconds. That's not going to help you very much get a decent grade in the class. You need to get more energy in your voice. Never, but never, but never. I've said this and said it and said it. Do not sit when speaking. Unless you have an ADA reason, and I've received none of those, do not sit when you speak. Stand. From the time you start the camera to show the audience, do not turn it off until you finish. It looks like you edited in all of the audience. They may not even have been there when you actually spoke. Never turn your camera off, and never edit your video. Watch the ahs and the ums. You don't do it quite that way. You usually have just one vocalized pause between words, but not all of them. Compose your shot. You need a bit more light on your face. The video abruptly ended in midstream. It just stopped. So that may be why it only ran 1 minute and 35 seconds. But, you need to work on that. Next is Sequata. Sequata, you have the wrong shot. You have a good storytelling ability. You have a nice personality and smile, and that really helps when you're communicating. Use your speaker notes. Stand still. Unlock your arms from behind your back. Don't stand with your arms behind your back, and don't move around when you're talking. Watch for words that have G endings, ING endings. You're not going, you're going. All right? People tend to do that. Going, coming, being, doing. Watch that. The main light seems to fall below your waist. In other words, it's not hitting anywhere up here. It's below your waist. How can I see your waist? Because you have the wrong camera shot. All right? You have several good qualities. Your video is orangish. There's a thing called white balance on cameras. Make sure that you take a look at that. And I have no photo ID from you. Next up is, I have to look here, Ragnarok. I have no video. Next up is Eagle. Eagle is, in fact, Rambo. And Rambo, I have the wrong camera shot from you. I can't see your face. Meaning light, I can't see your face. You have good storytelling ability. Watch the TV in the background. I can see the audience reflected in it. I can see them moving. It's pretty distracting. And watch for background noise in the room. Work on energy and vocal variety. You want to be strong when you speak. You're athletic, and you don't want to betray that by being very soft-spoken when you speak. Be energetic. Get a little more volume in what you do. Use your speaker notes. Show some emotion in your face. Sometimes you say things that require a smile. Sometimes you say things that, that wasn't so fun. Show us in your face when you have that. I can't see or count your audience. That TV is behind you, is distracting, and it's reflecting your audience. Talked about that. I have no photo ID, and until a few moments ago, I didn't have your fantasy name because you sent it incorrectly, and I wrote back, and you never resent it. I now have that fixed. Next up is Pumpkin. Your video ran short. You are reading way too much. Only use speaker notes when you give a speech. You have good storytelling ability. You do a good job, but just don't read your story to me. I never saw your audience, and I don't have a photo ID. Next is Doberman. Good shot, good composition. Way to go. Use speaker notes. Hold them in your hands. It looks like you're reading off a card somewhere over there, And when I look just that, I'm only looking like 2 inches from the camera. When I look at the camera, you see that. When I look 2 inches over and see the difference, when I look and look and look and look, and I haven't moved my head at all. Let me get up a little higher and do that. I'm looking directly at the camera right now. I'm looking over to the side. Camera, side. Camera, side. Don't do that. Watch your tisk when you talk. Sometimes you have a tendency to make that sound with your voice. Enjoyed listening to the disparaging comments from your audience during the intros. Just remind them every mic's a live mic and the camera mic is on. And your speech was posted on the 24th. It was posted late. Next up is Fox. Fox, you don't know who you are because I gave you the fantasy name. You haven't sent me one. You have the wrong composition. You're shooting up into your face. You're too close. The picture was kind of purple. Please white balance your camera. Look at me. I am the camera. Talk to me. Give your speech to me. You had a very abrupt ending. Watch the tisk. You had no audience that I'm aware of. I never saw one. Only one unlabeled attachment. I don't know what it was supposed to be. No notes or outline because I don't know which one it was. You have no ID and no fantasy name on file. Fastain, F-A-S-T-I-A-N. You ran a little bit short on your speech. You need more light on your face. You need to white balance your camera. You have a very green video. I can't see your eyes. Slow down a bit. And you had a very abrupt ending. I have no notes, no outline, and I have no ID from you. Okay, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, call me in my office, and we'll talk to you next time. Please listen to these comments and fix them. Sometimes I'm saying something to one person, but a lot of you can benefit from that. Please make sure we don't have any of these same problems in ADN next time around. Talk to you soon.